Hallo en welkom by hierdie week se episode van Blitsfokus. Dit is absoluut fantasties om julle in ons geselskap te hê. In hierdie week se Blitsfokus, glo dit of nie, ek gaan nie die mooiste gesig wees wat jy op Blitsfokus gaan sien nie. Ons gaan gesels met die nuutbekroonde mevrou Whk Gymnasium voor ons gaan kyk na Janine Esterhuizen se lewe as 'n model in New York. In die kollig gaan kyk ons 'n bietjie na die liefde by die NAM absolute fees wat hierdie naweek by Whk Stadion gaan plaasvind. So bly ingeskakel, ons het 'n propvol program wat wag vir jou.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master.
Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
So now it's time for the What's News, of course. That is one of our segments. And today we'll be talking to one of the Vandag Gymnasium learners. And we'll just be, I don't want to say spitballing, but we'll just be sharing our views on certain stuff that's going on and what your thoughts are. Okay. So it will be pretty chilled. You don't have to worry. Can you please introduce yourself to our viewers?
Well, my name is Rachel Shilunga. I'm a learner of grade 12 and also LRC of Whk Gymnasium.
Okay, cool. So we're going to start off with to talk about TikTok, actually. I mean, it's part of the culture these days, the young culture. What are your views on TikTok and everything that's, you know, like especially most of the trends that's happening?
Okay, so TikTok for me is one of my favorite apps. I use it every single day. But then just like everything else, I mean, too much of something is never good. So it's a very good app in a sense that it has a wide spectrum of reach to many different things and exposure in that fact. Also, you can use it for various activities such as entertainment, educational purposes, you know, just your own thing. But then I think when it comes to the trends, there's kind of like an overlap sometimes with what should be allowed on TikTok and what and, you know, just like anything else, like I've said before, too much of something is never too good. So, I lost my grip there. I'm so sorry.
That's
I lost
fine.
my grip.
Too much of something is never too good.
Okay, too much of something is never too good, and it can be an unreliable source of information because, you know, information can get, what is the word, like turned around or, misconstrued and everything.
Okay,
yes.
cool. So today what I actually want to talk about is the banning of TikTok. There is like countries like Somalia recently actually suspended it because there is a military like thing going on in, let me just get, Mogadishu in Somalia. So they feel that there's a lot of controversy around TikTok and that propaganda is spread through TikTok. What are your thoughts on the banning of TikTok actually?
I think coming from, can I speak from a teenager's perspective?
No, absolutely.
So I think coming from a teenager's perspective, in my experience, I think it's a good way to set ground rules for it, like, and banning it obviously, because then you kind of just, you set the ground rules for it and you provide guidance to it. Because I think growing up in such a technologically advanced society has kind of let people believe that they can do anything. I mean, freedom of speech is important. It's very vital to us. But again, there's only certain things that you can talk about. Some things are harmful to people's cultures. You lose your culture, and at the end of the day, nobody wants to lose their culture, you know. And the propagandas are causing that. This belief that, you know, some things are bad, and truly some things are terrible, but then again, you can't really stop somebody's culture in a sense of like, oh no, this shouldn't be done anymore. If that has been the way of living since time has begun.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then in the same trend of TikTok and internet usage, China also recently suspended, okay, not suspended, they actually have this whole discussion of limiting internet usage among children because there is this rapid uprise of internet addiction among the youth.
Yes.
So they have the discussion that for, let me just get the ages straight. So from the age of 16 to 18, they have, or they're thinking to reduce internet usage for the youth just for 2 hours, and for children that is younger than 8 years old, they're looking at reducing it till 40 minutes actually. So this decision is because, you know, obviously because of the internet addiction, and they actually have to hear public discussions going forward, and they're going to make the final decision on 2 September to see what's going on and what their final decision is. And a lot of parents feel that you can't, it's almost like you're limiting my freedom of speech, and you're limiting my child's ability to learn further, because the internet can be used for positives as well. But yeah, what do you think about that?
In terms of limiting, it is really going to be limiting in the sense that the people, like, we use the internet for educational purposes to do research, and you won't be able to do that because now your spectrum of research has been so limited now, and it has been boxed almost. And in the terms of freedom of speech as well, like I said before, you can't really take away somebody's right to speak about certain things. And I actually have heard about the censorship of China censoring, you know, the internet,
and stuff like apps like WhatsApp as well.
Stuff like that. And I think, again, it's very important to set the ground rules, but then not also be too excessive of it, because then at the end of the day, you also can't literally control how people are going to use the internet. But, you know, I also do think like, in addition to that, I think they're kind of limiting as well their own entrepreneurs in the country, because the entrepreneurs use the internet as like a content, what can I say, like they use it for content to see what they can start innovating on, initiatives that they should be taking on, what is trending right now, what they should be bringing out, you know, and stuff like that. And if you limit that, and since we know that China is such a big producer in like our world, I think they're limiting themselves.
I usually like having these conversations about TikTok and the latest trends because, as I said, it's a part of our culture and what we do. And do you think that limiting the internet usage and TikTok usage in Namibia should also be open for discussion?
I don't think so necessarily, because then again, we're also, if you look at where we are compared to China, we're also still growing, whereas China has already grown. And I think the internet is still a very good way for us to kind of see where we can improve our different factors, or our infrastructures and our businesses. And I think limiting the internet will just limit us as well, in terms of our economy as well, in terms of research, education, because we're still advancing, we're still new to the game. So yeah.
Okay, cool. And in terms of TikTok usage and internet usage for you, do you use it because of the benefit of it, and obviously also for social reasons and relaxing and all that, and connecting with your friends and family? But do you spend most of your time using it positively?
Well, I have had an experience with TikTok. So I'll tell you a little story. Starting last year, I was kind of like in a space where I was constantly using TikTok all the time. And now it kind of, it decreased my attention span to a point where I was constantly looking for little like shots of dopamine from the videos that I'm watching, the entertainment, the little dances, like, you know, but I'm not actually getting anything done. And I think starting this year, I have used it more cautiously and more in a positive light, because now I know what exactly triggers me to like continue scrolling for hours, and you find yourself scrolling for hours and you never get anything done. But sometimes I just had to really take a break, delete TikTok, and just be like, no, I cannot allow myself to get so fixated on something that is literally not really doing anything for my life, but, you know, giving me information. And you're constantly taking in new information, and it hampers kind of your brain activity at the end of the day, because you're taking too much information.
No, absolutely. And on Blitsfokus, I also always look at different trends that are on social media, especially TikTok. Like there was, I don't know if you heard about like where they do live, I don't want to say, not NFT, but N something, where they do live stuff. And then there's these ladies on TikTok that actually, where they go like, or where they get gifts of while being online, and obviously they get money through these gifts, and then when they receive these gifts, maybe it can be a burger or ice cream, and then they're like, burger, and then they act
the
like
NPC, the
NPC trend.
I have seen it, and I find it very, like, it's funny to an extent, because you actively go on social media and just, hi, yes, how are you, you know?
You act like this gaming character.
I've seen it, and I was a bit, when I saw it, I was a bit iffy about it. I was like, what is this now? Like, is this really what we have come to? Like, this is what we're using to get money, But I guess that's what's happening now.
I was like, okay, maybe I should do it as well.
And the fact that it's also on a public platform. Remember, like, a digital footprint is a very important thing. Like, when you're going to go to work, you're looking for jobs, these things are going to be on the internet, and the internet doesn't go away.
No, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rachel. It
It's a
was
pleasure.
fun talking to you about TikTok and the young culture that we have here. But of course, if you want to have more news, you can go to zone.my.na. Are you at least familiar with MyZone?
Yes, I am familiar with MyZone.
Do you read the paper, and do you see our publication popping up sometimes?
Well, I do see it popping up sometimes. Then again, like I said, I'm not really so active on my internet socials and as I was before, because it has had like a negative impact on my mental health. So I try to keep it at a minimum, but I do see, like, I have read some things from MyZone, yes, many times.
Well, I hope you have heard of MyZone, of course, because Blitsfokus is under MyZone. And as I mentioned earlier, if you'd like to read a bit more about youth news, you can catch us on zone.my.na. And this Thursday, our publication is coming out, and you can find it in the Republikein, Namibian Sun, and Algemeine Zeitung. And of course, let's go to Aniki Rall, and we will talk a bit to a model, actually. So stay tuned for all of that.
We are so excited to be kickstarting your morning with the entertainment. Everything was happening during this past weekend.
Yes.
Exciting news.
Wow, no, she was killing it already.
In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with him serving the full term.
As well as keeping you informed on the issues that you need to know happening in and around our country.
There's music galore at the VIS Sports Fields come December, when Vocal Cast Production brings you SA's Mikasa, along with top local artists Paige, Jared G, and DJ Malza on December 2nd. If jazz is more your style, don't miss the smooth sounds of Fujazz, Casey, Letitia, and Major Sevenths on the 3rd. You can enjoy each event individually, or you can easily make a weekend of the two. Get your tickets online via eticket.my.na or at the NMH offices in General Muhammad Murtala Avenue in Eros. Brought to you in conjunction with Republikein, Exhibition and Events Warehouse, Yango, DB Audio, and the Winter Country Club. See you there!
So nou is dit tyd vir die onderhoud, en vandag gesels ons met Aniki Rall. Sy is my juffrou Vandag Gimnasium. Aniki, hoe gaan dit?
Baie goed, dankie met jou.
Nee, dit gaan wonderlik. Het is lekker om hier te kuier en om hier te wees by Vandag Gimnasium. So kan jy net vir ons 'n bietjie vertel hoe jou aand of die kroningsseremonie verloop het? Het jy gedink dat jy sou wen? Wat was jou verwagtinge?
So, dit was baie lekker. Soos ek sien al verskriklik lank uit na Misgym, want dis elke jaar 'n baie groot event in ons skool. En ek sal nie sê ek het verwag om te wen nie, maar ek het goed voorberei en ek het selfvertroue, so ek het altyd gedink daar sal 'n moontlikheid wees.
Okay, dis awesome. En wat was deel van jou voorbereiding? Hoe voorberei jy of hoe berei jy voor vir so 'n geleentheid?
Ek het seker gemaak ek ken al my speeches en my goedjies wat ek moes sê en ek het ook baie moeite ingesit met die goed wat ek dra en my hare en seker gemaak by wie ek my make-up gaan doen en so.
Okay, dis cool. En kan jy ook net vir ons vertel, was daar enige ek wil sê challenges wat jy gehad het gedurende die voorbereiding en op die aand?
Ja, maar net goedjies soos laat wees, soos my rok was nie in tyd klaar nie of sulke minor goeders.
Okay, dit is cool, maar op een van die dag het jy daaraan gewen. Kan jy vir ons net sê wat is jou liefdadigheidsprojekte waaraan jy werk?
Ek gaan nou hierdie week uitvind by my juffrou presies wat dit behels, maar ek het gedink daaraan om betrokke te raak by die beskerming van die woestynolifante of by kankerpasiënte.
Okay, awesome. En met die platform wat jy het, besides nou die liefdadigheidsprojek, wat dink jy gaan jy doen as die nuwe gekose mevrou Vandag Gym? Hoe gaan jy die platform gebruik?
Ek gaan my bes probeer om 'n goeie ambassadeur vir Vandag Gymnasium te wees en deur my voorbeeld anders te lei om hulle en te motiveer om hulle passies uit te streef sodat hulle 'n positiewe impak kan maak op hulle.
Okay. En hoe dink jy gaan jy dit doen om ander te inspireer om hulle se passies na te volg?
Ek gaan seker campaigns, workshops, speeches, seker tipe goedjies.
En as jy nou graad 12?
Ek is graad 11.
Jy's graad 11, so jy het daarom genoeg tyd om dit klaar te doen.
Ja,
okay. En wat dink jy het jou laat uitstaan gedurende die kompetisie? Wat het vir jou die wow factor gegee?
Ek het goed voorberei, so ek dink ek het en ook ek dans al vir baie lank. So ek is gewoond aan danskompetisies soos groot stage klomp mense, so ek dink dit het my ook bietjie meer gerus gestel.
Okay. En ja. Het jy 'n dans like 'n talent gedeelte ook gehad of nie?
Ja, daar was 'n hele dansie ding wat ons moes dans.
En hoe dit gegaan? Jy het dit seker natuurlik
gedoen. Ek het dit baie geniet, ja.
Okay. En doen jy enige buitemuurse aktiwiteite wat nou nie behalwe die dans nou?
Ja, ek speel vir ons skoolhockey en ek doen ook cheerleading vir die skool.
Okay. En kan jy vir ons vertel wat dit verg om dan nou om dit alles te doen? Hoe lyk jou dag gewoonlik?
So, dit is maar besig en dit is moeilik om balans te vind tussen alles, maar ek geniet genuinely alles wat ek doen, so ek.
Maar hoe vind jy balans veral met die akademie?
Ek maak maar net tyd, gewoonlik word slaap maar 'n bietjie afgeskeep, maar ek maak dis akademie is ook vir my baie belangrik, so.
Okay. Ja, ek sien jy die kere wat natuurlik wys dat jy goed is in jou akademie. En wat het jy laat besluit om in my juffrou gimnasium deel te neem?
Dit is al vir jare 'n baie groot event in ons skool en ek sien al my hele hoërskoolloopbaan al vooruit en ook om dit met al my skoolvriende te doen. Soos ek het net geweet ek sal dit baie geniet.
Okay. En wat dink jy is die belangrikheid van skoolnetskompetisies?
Ek dink dit bring klomp mense uit verskillende agtergronde saam en dit versterk ook mense dissipline en selfvertroue en dit bied ook baie geleenthede en bou ook nuwe vriendskappe.
Okay. En dink jy sal meer wil deelneem in skoolnetskompetisies dalk met juffrou tiener nou weer?
Nee, ek dink ek het tyd vir dit, maar ek dink okay, skool en was my genoeg, soos dit is.
Okay. En toe jy jonger was, het jy deelgeneem in enige skoolnetskompetisie? So dis jou eerste een?
Ja.
Jy sê jy wen dit sommer op die eerste keer.
Ja, ek wil net nie opmors met 'n tweede keer al verloor.
Okay. En hoe lyk jou, wat is jou planne na skool?
Ek is nog nie 100% seker nie, maar ek het 'n aanlegtoets gedoen nou die dag, so ek wag nou net nog vir die uitslae 'n bietjie terugvoering te kry. Maar ek het dalk gedink aan 'n mediese rigting of 'n regsrigting of so.
Maar ek dink jy sal met jou punte en alles dit kan doen.
Ek hoop so, ja, ek gaan hard werk daarvoor.
Absoluut. En wat is jou visie vir Vandag Gymnasium?
Om aan die kwaliteit onderrig te gee wat hulle doen en ook dalk om nuwe of meer kieroskole dwars oor Namibië op te maak sodat meer kinders hier voorag kan neem om hierso te kan leer.
Okay. En wat wil jy graag verbeter by die skool? Dis nou amper dieselfde soos die vorige vraag, maar is daar enigiets wat jy dink beter kan wees?
Ek kan eerlikwaar aan iets groot dink wat ek kan verbeter. Die skool berei ons baie goed voor vir die lewe buite skool, na skool en ook bied vir ons verskriklik baie geleenthede vir ons verskillende passies en so.
Okay, dis wonderlik. Baie dankie. Aniki, dit is lekker om met jou te gesels. En sterkte met jou pad vorentoe.
Dankie.
En jou pad as my juffrou Vandag gimnasium.
Baie dankie. Dit was lekker.
Welcome to What's Cooking, where culinary passion meets expert insights.
Somebody must really want to cook and want to cook good food.
Immerse yourself in the bustling world of professional kitchens as top chefs create mouthwatering dishes. Join us for in-depth interviews as our host explores the experiences and expertise of our guest chefs. Don't miss out. Tune in to What's Cooking on NTV every Friday at 2100 hours and let the culinary adventure begin.
Kyknet het pas die kortlys vir die Kyknet rapport boekresensent van die jaarprys vir 2022 bekend gemaak. In die fiksie afdeling is Deborah Steinmar, Elodie Trotsky en Louise Viljoen genomineer en in die nie fiksie afdeling is Theodore Rousseau, Lindy Koorts en Bibi Slippers genomineer. So ons hou 'n oogie uit en ons kyk bietjie wie gaan die Kyknet rapport boekresensent van die jaarprys vir 2022 huis toe vat.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson, Kaurai from. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
Binnekort is hy nie meer 'n vreemdeling op Blitsfokus nie. Saam met ons op Blitsfokus is Peer Greef van die Heuwels Fantasties en een van die gesigte agter Liefde by die Dam en nou Liefde by die Naam. Peer, hoe gaan dit?
Lekker man, lekker om terug te wees.
So Peer, julle was 'n paar maande gelede in Namibië en julle kom nou weer terug vir Liefde by die Naam hierdie keer, nie Liefde by die Dam nie. Ek dink nie daar's genoeg damme in Namibië om dit te regverdig. Vertel ons 'n bietjie van Liefde by die Naam. Wat gaan anders wees as Liefde by die Dam?
Wel, eerstens dis by Whk Stadion by Hoërskool VHS. Daar's nie enige damme naby nie, maar daar is beautiful doringbome rondom die veld en stadion en allerlei lekker fasiliteite. So ons kan nie wag om dit daar te doen nie. Die skool is so gaaf gewees om dit vir ons te verhuur vir die week. So ons het al klaar on stage begin bou en ja, dinge kom lekker reg.
Okay, fantasties. So vertel ons bietjie van die besluit om Liefde by die Dam Namibië toe te bring.
Ons het net gedink dis tyd om weer so groot line-up show in die hoofstad van Namibië te doen. Ek dink 7 of 8 jaar terug laas wat Hart van Windhoek gebeur het. Ons het gevoel jy weet ons het baie pelle en familie wat is in Windhoek en hulle het ons 'n bietjie genudge om dit te bring. So ja, hier is ons vir jaar 1, Saterdag.
Fantasties. So vir diegene wat nou gaan vir die eerste keer Liefde by die Naam toe. Wat dink jy, give us die elevator pitch, wat kan hulle verwag?
Wel, ek verwag om amper 15 kunstenaars op een verhoog te sien. Van die oggend tot die aand 8uur. Propvol vermaak, jy kan wêreldklas produksie verwag, ongelooflike klank, groot LED screens met visuals, lekker groot bier. Nou uitgesny. Groot biertuin van amper 70 meter. Ons gaan ook, dit is die Whk game van die rugby wêreldbeker. So ons gaan dit wys in die biertuin. So kom vroeg, kom kyk die rugby op 'n lekker vibe op die TV's in ons biertuin. Ja, net 'n dag vol pret en plesier. Daar's amazing kosstalletjies. Ja. Dit is die vibe. Weet julle wie op die line-up is? Moet ek julle dalk weer herinner?
Nee, ons het die line-up, ons sien dit gereeld oral.
Julle het hom. Julle het hom.
Okay,
lekker.
So Pierre, vertel my 'n bietjie van daar's Namibiese kunstenaars op die line-up en dis 'n verskriklike Namibiese produksie eintlik, alhoewel dit uit Suid-Afrika uitkom. Hoe is hierdie produksie gewortel in Namibië?
Yes, ons het so 'n amazing span van mense wat ons help, wat bly in Windhoek, van die Deprees af, regdeur tot Dion Blau wat die transport vir ons gedoen het. Hulle het al ons dekor vir ons gehelp bring uit Suid-Afrika uit, die skool, VHS, Mikkel Jess wat vir ons die tegniese span doen. Jy weet, dis letterlik net 'n paar mense van Suid-Afrika, ons core crew wat ons inbring. Die res is almal Namibiese suppliers. Ons het ook obviously vir Jan Smit wat speel, vir Zacharias de Sam wat speel, en vir Lynn Marie en Pierre Pinaar, wat almal Namibiese kind is. So ja, dit is 'n Suid-Afrikaanse ding, maar dit is very much die Namibiese jy weet, leg van dit. So ons wou dit in Namibia root.
Pierre, jy mag dit maar sê, Namflow is bietjie lekkerder as wat ook al julle daar by Mzansi het ek sê, né?
Exactly, julle bier is ook verseker baie kouer as die so Mzansi.
Ons het hom nodig hier in die hitte. Baie dankie dat jy by ons aangesluit het, Pierre. Ons sien jou hierdie naweek by Liefde by die Naam.
Kan jy wag, sien julle daar.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Welkom julle, my naam is Brian Munango en ek is julle se aanbieder vir gooi kolle. Dit is donderdag se sportstrip nou. Einde van hierdie program sal ek en hoe om Frans te praat. Is jy m'appel? Je bent?
Le jour.
Tu as reçu mon cours.
Is dit nou onderbroek?
Skakel, we zien jullie weer vrijdag volgende week.
Gooi kool!
Gooi kool!
En daarmee kom ons aan die einde van hierdie week se episode van Blitsfokus. Natuurlik, soos altyd, was dit 'n fees om saam met julle te wees hierdie week. Wat uit die fees gaan aan hierdie naweek met Liefde by die Naam, so moet beslis nie uitmis nie. En nog 'n ding waarop jy nie kan uitmis nie, is Blitsfokus elke woensdagmiddag om 5:00 op die Namibia Media Holdings Facebook blaaie, as ook NTV. Dit is DStv kanaal 285 en GoTV kanaal 94. So tot volgende week, bly nuuskierig.